So recently, I picked up one of these Omega Cordura straps. What it is basically a nylon strap. There's nothing too special about it, but I thought I would make a review of it. What Cordura is Cordura is a fabric manufacturer that produces high quality, durable fabrics. And in this particular case, I guess Omega sourced out the materials to create these straps. This strap here originally belongs to Omega Apollo 13 Speedmaster, the Silver Snoopy limited edition watch. And this strap is pretty popular for Omega watch owners. They generally use them on other Speedmasters as well. Another popular one it's used for is the Speedy Tuesday. But in this case here, I have it on 300 chronograph, which I think matches really well with the wave dial and the texture on the strap here. I think it makes a good combination. And also combine that with the accented stitching on the outside here. Of course, this is one of the new Omega straps, so they're going to have this hard rubber kind of silicone inlay here, which kind of creates a much stronger hold against the deploying clasp. It does add to the snugness of the fit and durability. So these straps will last a lot longer than the previous ones, which I mentioned in another video, and it's good to see that this one's on here. This is the regular size of this strap here. It comes in two sizes. The normal one here, which is basically the regular one, and comes in a smaller size as well. I'll post the model number for both straps in the description and maybe into this video too. Some things I like about the strap is, of course, it's very comfortable, and it's of course really flexible because at the end of the day it is a fabric. On the inside here you can see that it is leather. The leather here is very soft, and the leather is black, which I love, mainly because sweat stains and stuff like that is not going to show up on the strap, so it's basically going to look new and unworn for a very long time. The Cordura fabric here is on the surface here, and it actually wraps around to the back. So you can see on the sides here, if it zooms nicely, the strap, the Cordura is actually on the side here. Then as we go to the very back here, that's where the leather takes over and covers it. This strap here is meant for 20mm lugs, and this watch here has a 20mm lug. What I kind of found kind of not great is it doesn't have a very snug fit. So you can see there that there is probably like a 0.5 millimeter of room of play on both sides of the strap. A great feature I like about the strap is that it has an indent there, so you can push your spring bar tool in there to release and to connect straps. Most straps out there don't really have this, so this is actually a great feature. It comes in handy, makes putting on straps and removing them much easier. As a contrast, I have the Bob Marino strap here as well. This is kind of what I used before I picked up this one. This is a good strap, and you can see that it doesn't have that inlay there to easily add and remove straps. But one thing it was really good at is it actually has a very good snug fit. So when they say 20 millimeters on this one, it actually really is 20 millimeters. I think the Cordura strap is probably closer to like a 19.5 millimeter. So if you do have a 19.5 millimeter watch, I think this one, or 19 millimeter lug distance in a watch, I think the Cordura strap will actually work quite well. You'll get a little bit of a snug fit, and it might not be the easiest to put on, but I think it will fit just because, as you can see there is playroom. So just letting you note, this strap here is meant for the Omega deployment. Not this particular deployment, but is made for one of the newer ones. But I do have one of the older ones here, so let's connect it in. So basically, just like every other Omega deployment clasp, you just basically put the strap in, kind of pull the sides in here, and connect. What you'll probably notice right away is that, let's try to get it to zoom, that the pin doesn't actually fully come out to where it needs to. There is some more room that the pin could probably go out, but again, it's pretty snug in here. Strap isn't gonna open, but the newer clasps have a larger pin to actually get to the top of this groove here, just for like a little better fit, I guess. But a better fit. But don't worry about it. This is going to be snug. It's going to be completely fine, and it closes just like the other one would. overall, great strap. I don't think it's anything too special though. It's just fabric. It's supposedly a very high quality durable fabric. It looks nice, but it is at a steep price. For the price of this guy, you can pretty much get 5 of these Bob Marino straps. So this is the strap that I used when I first picked up this watch. So that was about 6 years ago. And so what you're looking at here is basically 6 years of use. The strap here is, the reason why I'm bringing up this strap is because this strap is often a substitute for the other strap for people that don't want to pay the premium that Omega is asking. It does have the nylon textured finish here on the surface. It does have contrast stitching. This should actually be ivory, but actually after 6 years of wearing it, it does lose its color, which is expected for anything that's basically white. So by replacing the strap every few years, I think it should be fine. The back here, it is actually very high quality leather. It feels nice. The stitching, everything about the strap feels nice. The things I don't like about the strap is, as you can see here, where the pins are like the holes for the pins. It's just pretty standard. So if after wearing the watch for a while, you'll see that they're going to expand and kind of lose their shape. Another thing I don't like is the material isn't actually very soft. It's more of like a hard fabric, a light plastic kind of thing. It feels like there's like a resin on it. They call it NyTech, which is I guess another material. But just be aware, it's not really the fabric that nylon is. The feel between these two are quite different. This is much softer, and this one is actually harder. Because of that, it's kind of brittle. So after 6 years, you can see here that the strap kind of broke apart there, which is kind of okay for this kind of price tag. 6 years is quite a bit of time. So it is a high quality strap, but it's not going to last forever, which is expected. And another thing I don't like too much here is because it's kind of a hard material, you could see that it picks up these kind of wear marks in a way. You can see that it has these grooves here along the strap, which isn't a big deal because generally you'll just be wearing it and the grooves won't show up, but it does show up sometimes, and it does, and you could feel it. So it's not very soft. Aside from that, it doesn't have the grooves on the end like I talked about, but this does fit perfectly on a 20mm watch with 20mm lugs. Overall, they're both good straps. This is the cheaper alternative, which is a great alternative for the price point. It'll do everything the other strap does. You might have to replace it a little more often, but again, that price tag, you could replace it 5 times before you need to before it costs the amount of one of these straps. Overall, I like both of them quite a bit. I probably won't be using these anymore. As you can see, they're not connected to the watch anymore, but it did do its job for for a few years there, so it was great. But I just moved over to one of these. Again, the disadvantage, it just is not as snug. It definitely feels better. This fit is more snug. And you know what, if you have an Omega watch, why not just get an Omega strap? But that's pretty much everything I have to say about this. Thank you for watching. Again, that's the Omega Cordura strap here, and the Bob Marino NyTech strap here. And let's try to hold them up side by side. Again, one is much more new than the other, so it's kind of hard to see. But out of the box, they should look pretty similar. The stitching in this one should be ivory. Right now, it looks kind of more like an pretty off-white. But I remember when I got the strap, it was more in line with this. So don't pay too much attention to the actual color there. I guess that is everything. Thank you for watching.